story about the two rabbits on a wheel. Well, my name is Sylvia Michetti, and I'm about to tell you that story. So there were two rabbits in a cage, and in that cage there were two wheels for each of the rabbits so they could go on it. Well, the first rabbit could go on the wheel at any time that he felt like, and he would propel it to move. But the second rabbit's wheel was attached to the first rabbit's one. So whenever the first rabbit got on his wheel, the second rabbit was forced to move as well, since they were both linked together. And the first rabbit, everyone noticed, always looked healthy, happy, and robust. But then the second rabbit looked tired, worn out, almost pleading for the wheel to stop. But why do you think that is? What do you think that the first rabbit had that the second rabbit didn't? Well, it's simple: choice. The choice to move his wheel when he wants, while the second rabbit didn't have a choice. Well, we are a bit like those rabbits in a cage, except we are all that first rabbit. We all have options. The one gift that we have whilst we're still on this planet is choice. And as we navigate this earthly terrain, we have options, we have the choice. We're sometimes met by bad influences, wrong education. We're met by fellow human beings who want to affect us negatively. We're even met sometimes with hostility and what sometimes we call bad blood. But mostly, it's not down to those external factors, but the choices that we make in response to those external factors when they present themselves. In fact, we are given the opportunity to truly meet ourselves in the face of adversity and in our moments of weaknesses and temptations. So these moments of weakness is often seen as a failure in ourselves, or we allow others to tell us, oh, you're a loser because you failed. But this is not the case. We sometimes blame ourselves and punish ourselves for our weaknesses. But what if I told you that these weaknesses and these vices and these insecurities we have are part of our human experience? And most of us came here specifically to work on those weaknesses, to be able to overcome them. We're not perfect human beings, but part of why we're here is that longing to nibble and to taste and to eventually decide. This is where our choice becomes our greatest asset, so that we can taste and discern who we truly want to be, what we would prefer, and how we would want to live our lives. And that choice is in nobody's hands but ours. If I was to run away and shut myself away from the whole world, hoping to avoid any problems or any misfortunes that may come my way, and then I decide to go up a tree somewhere in the Himalayas, and have my quiet, peaceful moment and meditate all day for the rest of my life, it won't be long before events start to occur around me that would affect me right under that tree where I am. First of all, a few branches might drop and hit me on the leg, or maybe a large stick will fall and hit me on my head, or you never know, a bird might come by and drop its poo all over me. But something will cause me to make a move and to decide if I want to keep staying under that tree or if it's time for me to move. And that brings us to the law of cause and effect. If I decide to move higher up the mountain, I might avoid any trees falling down on me, or I could decide to come back down and slug it out with the rest of the world. And so we are always nibbling and tasting to see what we would prefer. And this is how we must live our lives at this time. It is not to run away from our many weaknesses, but to see them for what they truly are and begin to choose something that's better for ourselves as a way to overcome them in the end. It is not to actually run away from our problems. And the beauty about being on this planet at this time is that we can set in motion a course by choosing what we want to do and where we want to be. And that experience will bring us an effect that would then allow us to become more conscious and aware. And this is what the journey to consciousness looks like. Knowing what your triggers and your weaknesses are and trying to choose better. We cannot avoid the tasting, we must taste. And we cannot avoid the choosing. The choice is ours. But as we mature, we can begin to control what we choose and the effects that we know will come back to us automatically by making the right choices. The problem is that sometimes we already know the cause and we already know the effects that it would bring, but we keep doing that which is not serving us. And that means we're not learning anything at school. And we already know that this life is a school. And that means that we're not living true to our consciousness. So the question is, can you consciously choose what is right for you without being propelled from someone else's wheel that's causing you to move? Because, well, you're the one who's really going to feel the effect and the consequences when it comes back to you. Can you allow yourself to be the one to go through your own experience and not others asking and demanding of you to partake in their own experience? Can you stand consciously of who you are in the middle of all the chaos and all the struggles around you? If I want to eat a burger, for instance, it should be because I long to have that burger. And it's different from everyone saying to me, oh, Sylvia, just eat the burger already. You need to taste the burger. Just go ahead. You only live once. What's wrong with you? You can diet tomorrow. Just eat the burger. Then that would not be something that I wanted to do. So don't forget that misery loves company. And so you have to be careful not to be part of the misery gang. Our weaknesses are super magnified at this time, and the effects are coming much quicker to us, and we feel it in our body, in our mind, and in our soul. So we have to purge ourselves and be able to make the right choices. So as you navigate this wonderful journey of life, feel free to choose your own choices. Don't let yourself be that second hamster whose wheel is being propelled by someone else or someone else's idea of what you should choose. Find your own cage. Be your own rabbit. Find your own wheel and start pedaling. Bye for now.